Hey guys, it's Lisa again. Back to share a story with you. I decided not to give you any tips today. I'm just going to tell you some stories from when I didn't take care of myself. Because I've had diabetes for so long, I used to think that I knew when my blood sugar was high, so I would just randomly take a shot without testing it, which is really stupid, right? So stupid. So sometimes I do this in the middle of the night, take a shot. Oh, my blood is high. I'm not going to test my blood. I'm just going to take a shot. And then once I did this, and I was living in Vermont, and I was living by myself, I thought I was having a nightmare waking up. I couldn't wake up. I couldn't move my body. I couldn't move my arms. I was trying to move, and I realized finally I moved my arms, and I was trying to say things. I opened my mouth, and I felt like it was going on forever. And so I just kept trying to move, and I finally fell out of bed, and then I made it to my feet to walk to the stairs, and then I fell down the stairs, and then I crawled to my refrigerator and drank some orange juice, and I was okay. But I should have not done that. I should have had, it would have been better if I obviously had some orange juice by my bed or something to eat, and I should always test my blood before taking a shot, because that's just ridiculous. It's so scary to wake up. And not only that, so after that, I was so tired and exhausted the rest of the day, because you're fighting your sugars. The sugar goes so low and it messes up your brain. You can kill brain cells. And it was so bad that I had bitten my tongue, I must have been out, because it was the back of my tongue that was all lacerated from my teeth. And so that's just one story. Another time, during the same time I was living in Vermont, and I went to this concert that I'd really been looking forward to, and it was an outdoor concert, and my blood had been a little bit low. I took something, I had a glass of wine, and next thing I know, the cops are escorting me through the field and asking me all these questions, and I felt like they were accusing me, and I was like, wait, I'm not drunk. What are you doing? What's wrong? I was like, I have diabetes. And they're like, oh, that's what's wrong with you. So they took me to their tent, and they tested my blood, and it was very low. And they gave me some stuff, and they're like, it still was low, it didn't go up. So they called the ambulance. So I was like, no, I'm not going in the ambulance. I am not going in the ambulance. And they're like, oh, yes, you are, because your blood's not going up. And I was like, no, it's going up. And it went up 10 points in an hour. And it was still only 34. And they're like, no, you got to go. So I got in the ambulance, and they stick this big IV into me, and I'm like, what is that? They're like, oh, it's sugar water. I was like, no, I can't have that whole bag full of sugar water. Are you kidding? Take it out. They're like, no, it's standard procedure. It's going to be okay. So they took me to the hospital. They let me go. And then I went home. Then 2 hours later, my blood sugar was 500. And so obviously I took insulin to treat that. And then a week later, I woke up, and my vision was all blurry. And I was like, oh, maybe my eyes are just tired. I just can't wake them up. So I kept trying to get my vision back. The whole weekend it kept getting worse. And then by Sunday actually, I went for a bike ride. I was like, I'm going for a bike ride. And my eyes were so bad that I had to close one of them in order, because I thought I was past, there's two cars. There was one car, and it was parked, and I was about to run into it. And so I went home, and I cried, and then I was like, oh, I'm just going to drive to the hardware store to buy something. And by the time I got to the hardware store, I was driving like this with one eye. I couldn't see. I called my parents crying my eyes out. They didn't even live in the same area. And so I ended up buying a patch, and did go to my parents' house, and ended up having diplopia, which is caused from having severe dips in your blood sugar from too low to too high, which was what happened that day. And so now I'm fine. It took a couple of months. I couldn't drive. Luckily, I lived close enough to my work that I could bike, which I also ran over things on my bike, so I walked a lot. And and eventually I wore patches. People thought I was trying to start a new trend by being a pirate, but really I just wanted to not walk into things because my eyes kept crossing. So it's just another little thing to encourage you to take care of yourself, take your insulin, test your blood, eat the right things. And I look forward to talking to you next time, and have a good day. Thanks.